Hello and welcome to Women's World on Global Television. Women's World is a warm, energetic program with modern women evolving roles from rising career expectations to changing families' dynamic settings, the tone for informative and empowering discussion. I am Kike Lomo Okere, and joining me are two incredible women, Priscilla Obasi and Anete Patrick. On this edition of the program, we are focusing on redefining beauty confidence beyond the mirror. For generations, beauty has been shaped by society via complexion, by size, by hair texture, by body shape, by trends. Women today are changing the narrative of womanhood, moving from appearance-based beauty to confidence-based beauty. So let's explore what beauty really means in a world where women are finally choosing their own definition. Right after the break, stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now that we've set the stage, let's get right into today's conversation. Redefining beauty confidence beyond the mirror is more than just a topic. It's a reflection of how women across the world are reclaiming their identity and pushing back against long-standing beauty stereotype. Now let's dive deeper into this empowering discussion with Priscilla Obasi. You're welcome on the show.
Thank you very much.
And Anete Patrick, you're welcome on the show.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. As we unpack what it truly means to define beauty on your own terms in the 21st century. Now let's take a look at, let's start on a simple story, on a simple note. If mirror disappeared for like a full week, how would you feel? Will you feel relieved or will you be panicked?
Are you referring to me or Priscilla at the moment? let's have you jump on it.
Let's have Priscilla jump on this.
What kind of mirror? There are different things you can use to do mirror. If you don't use the normal mirror, you can use your phone selfie. But then, understanding or talking from the question you're talking about, let's not even deceive ourselves. You know, the physical beauty is a thing. It's in as much as we have the inner beauty, there's a physical beauty, and every aspect of beauty is important. I don't believe that anybody was made ugly at all. No. You might not be physically appealing to some persons, but one man's food, they say, or beauty, they say, is in the eyes of the beholder. So if there's no room for, maintaining the physical beauty, as much as you can try your best, put on the good clothes, rub the powder. You don't have to draw the brow if you don't have the physical, the normal beauty. Then work on your inside. If you can do what you can do, hygiene. All of these things don't need mirror. Do you get? Good clothes. You don't need mirror. You can see with your eyes. You can reflect all of that with your eyes. Yeah. So as much as you can do, and then when you've done with the physical beauty, then you go to the inner beauty. Your composure. Your mindset, your beliefs, whatever it is, your knowledge, everything that you can do to empower yourself. You need to have a knowledge of everything and a knowledge of, maybe not everything, but know something about everything, right? No matter how little, just know something. So equip yourself as much as you can, even if you don't have the physical mirror. Deal with what you can see. And there's a lot to do, right? A lot. And let's hear from Aniete.
Well, let me go by what you said. If the mirror is off the picture, what do you
like a week?
For like a week.
Will you be comfortable, or will you panic?
So the mirror is a reflection of who you are. It tells you your narrative of what you want to do, redefining your purpose, your focus, what you want and all that. So for me, if the mirror stands to tell your reflection in your storytelling, how you want to change the narrative of things. Let's look at the statistics of things in terms of confidence. The mirror goes beyond the physical beauty, it goes beyond just your appearance. It shows your inner strength, shows your inner intelligence, what you're driving for people to see as a reflection of you. So for me, the mirror is off me. I don't think I will survive, not because of the beauty this time around, because I was trained from the military background, and I have this understanding that you need to check yourself before you step out. Check yourself to see the reflection of who you are before you leave your doorsteps. So the mirror is you re-examining yourself and checking what you're giving out to the public, what you want the public to see you, how you want you to be reflected in the public space. So it's simply you having that mirror is not just that physical mirror in front of your house. It is a reflection, right, a re-examination of yourself. So I can't do without a mirror for like a week. Not for beauty this time around, but like I said, for purpose-driven, for identification of what I am driving out. That's what I think it should be for. The mirror should be there 24/7 to guide you as a reflection.
Okay, talking about the mirror, let's talk about insecurity. How insecure do you get if you outgrown beauty, and how can you help to overcome it?
Outgrow beauty?
Yes.
We really outgrow beauty, or maybe when you start getting old.
Yes, maybe when you start getting old, or when you're not getting that look, that
attention.
No, it's the look. It's the look. At times the look will change. When you look at the mirror and you're saying, "Oh, Kike, this is not you. What's going on? How do you feel insecure? How do you overcome it? How do you build up that confidence back? Like, I am. You understand?
Yeah, I think basically, for women, we're moved by what we hear, right? So when we start getting uncomfortable, maybe we start hearing, they're looking so bad, I'm getting too fat. When we start allowing all of those things,
getting to you,
right? It now starts to affect us. So no matter how beautiful you are, one day it's going to fade away. That is one thing you have to know. Beauty fades. What does not fade is your character, your self-esteem, your inner beauty stays forever. So the more you hold, it's expected that you have wisdom. If your age is not reflecting wisdom, that's when you will now start getting ashamed, because when people look at you, there's nothing they can,
pick from you.
They can pick from you, and it starts getting, embarrassing. So I would say we need to be conscious of the fact that you cannot be young forever. As much as you can exercise, eat well, yes, do all you can do, but no matter what you do, after all is said and done, one day you're going to get old. Know that the only thing that will keep in that old age is your wisdom. The only thing that you'll be appreciated for in your old age is how relevant, the impact you have made, while you were young. So that's a consciousness that we all should have as women, even as men. Yeah, that's what I would say.
What can I say from a meeting?
Okay, so let's look at women in the terms of what you've just put out. One thing that fades. Character, like Priscilla mentioned, is key. It is your inner strength. It is your that's your emotional intelligence that plays out for people to see, and it gives you that face off for people to notice it. So at some point, yes, the skin tone will go off. The beauty, like we have, we're talking before we came on set, we had talk about how women used to look in the 90s, or let's say in the 80s, in the 70s. Their time had their fashion pattern and how they were looking glowy into them. That was the best appearance. Then let's look at that age and this generation and the time frame of how beauty is defined and how people look these days. There's lots of difference. And although fashion comes and redefine itself and all that, but let's look at the way the skin tone goes, because I know there's some apps that shows you when you're 20 and when you're now 90 or 80. I've seen twin siblings, ladies who are in their 90s, and I look at them when they were young, like in their 20s.
Just imagine
the
them.
Energy.
Yes, the energy, the package.
You understand? So all of that shows that as time goes on, the physical appearance will change, but your inner strength, your inner beauty is what stands you out. So you need to work on those basic things and always stand tall, because that's the focus that keeps you going and also gives you the reflection of, this is who I am and this is who I want to be in my old age, and carry myself tall each time I look at that.
So I would like to say that I think life is in such a way that the more we grow older, as you fade on the outside, you become better on the inside. Because as you age, you are wiser. As you age, if you are someone that's intentional, you are better, you are more beautiful. Your inner beauty is better than the outside. So there's always that inner beauty to complement the outer beauty that fades away for an intentional woman.
I believe on the courage, the way you carry yourself when you're growing older, despite the beauty is fading away. That gives an insight of how you were when you were younger.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Is the inner beauty, as in, is the courage, is the way you comport yourself, the way you package yourself, despite you're old and the makeup is no more there, there's no more makeup, there's no more skimpy pants, skimpy skirt, you understand? You just have to accept the fact that this is me right now. You understand?
There are no old women that like to compare themselves with young girls.
Of course, I compare myself with my children. Gen Z, that kind of thing.
I know the positive part of it, but there are people that feel inferior.
Yes, that's true.
There's way, okay, you want to feel young. It's a different thing than, you are feeling bad. Somebody is looking younger. And, sometimes they get angry with these young girls because they feel they're out of the market somehow.
Exactly. I don't know why that is always like that.
And I'm wondering why. You're not on the same space. You guys are not on the same level. Men, you have lived your life.
There's something called time and season.
Exactly.
So
we need to accept that. I know that it's important to be young at heart, educate yourself, grow and don't stop learning. But then know your space, know your place.
Yes.
Because you're supposed to be a role model to those people. When you start putting yourself in that same space with them,
so
you have lost your position as a guide, as a mentor to those young ones.
Exactly my point. That's what I'm still trying to say. That if you're growing older, you should know how to package yourself and you should know how to relate with the younger ones. You don't need to. You don't need to, you don't need to, exactly, it's not a competition, seriously, because some women see it as a competition. Why is she dressing like that? Why is, Principal was once a student, you were once like that. The best thing you can do is to advise them, talk to them, and all that. I was once like you, when I was like you, I used to dress like this, but later on I discovered that it's not good. It is not good and all that. There are ways and manners to talk to them, you understand? Not like talking down at them and stuff like that, When you grow old, you don't need to be insecure about your beauty, insecure about your confidence, your appearance and all that. That's my own thoughts anyway. But let's take a look at, do women face pressure than men? Do you think there are pressure now on both genders when it comes to
life?
when it comes to appearance, when it comes to
when it comes to appearance, women of course face pressure because men out there want to dress. Anyone that you see doing looking good, so women go to the extent of surgeries. Right now in today's world, you want to do the BBLs. Everything you're doing is for a man. How many men are going to do BBL? How many men are going to?
They have 6 packs. They go to gym.
That's natural. They put themselves under the knife to look good. So there's so much pressure. When you allow yourself to be pressured, now the women are going to take away their BBL. I've seen it. Those that use the BBL,
yes, I've seen that.
They're taking away the BBL. The BBL that used to be one of the reigning things used to attract men and all of that. It has its side effect, and they will not tell you. Those ones that have done it and somehow they just lay low and just So you shouldn't be you shouldn't be under any pressure to impress, because the best of what you have, another person has it out there. So if it's that you think you have, somebody has.
So can we like we're saying, we're redefining the whole idea around beauty and focus. And let's look at the issue of pressure. The society, like we started from the conversation, is how you want people to see a reflection of you.
Yes.
So if you allow yourself to get into pressure and get pressured by what the society says, it is when you fall into that circumstance of wanting to build, give yourself the artificial thing that you're not supposed to have for yourself. But let's look at redefining beauty. Beauty goes beyond the physical appearance. It starts from your emotional intelligence. It starts from how you put yourself across the fields that you represent, to build the career paths. Just like we're here talking about issues around women's world and how women need to put their face out for. People have built themselves in terms of their space in activism. They've done a lot of things to show that they have the strength to carry out what the male folks can do. So when you put yourself under the pressure, let's look at leadership roles. Women are doing fantastically well in the leadership roles and all that. They've also put themselves out in terms of career paths. We have women who are doing well in the finance sector. We have them doing in the farming. Farming, agriculture is one major thing. Fashion, yes, look at Rita Dominic is one person who you cannot joke with in the fashion lifestyle. She has a way. She's defined herself from day one. She's 50. She's 50, and then so that's just the mindset. So if you understand where you're going and what you want your team to do, let's look at it. It's not just about the physical appearance. It starts from what comes from inside of you is what reflects on the outside of you. You need to eat well, take care of yourself. I tell people your appearance, you're dressed the way you want to be addressed.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you put that definition into your mindset, that it is the value of what you have inside of you that will make people see that this person has something to bring to the table. So it starts from your mental state, your health state, what you eat, your appearance, what you give, because all of that is also what makes you. Some people just carry their hair for 2 months. And you want to go out to somebody and the person is looking, someone that takes care of herself, like in 2 weeks makes her hair, she looks clean, and you think you'll not feel pressured. You feel pressured.
You feel pressure. That's true.
Like, start with yourself. Look at your inner strength. Look at your creativity that makes you stand tall, so that you don't feel pressured when you go out. Own your confidence as a woman. Define your confidence by what you go out. I thought you don't need to appear in nude or wear something that shows off your body. That's not fashion. Fashion can be defined in a way of cover up, and you look more beautiful, more decent, more appealing for some people. Not every man. Like I was told, is that whatever is meant for your house is supposed to be covered. You can't carry an open food to the market and expect everybody. Everybody will throw themselves at. Some people even throw their face at it. It looks like food being thrown to the gods on the open space. But when it's covered, it shows that it's the king who needs it. So don't allow yourself to get pressured. Have the mindset, build confidence, build strength for yourself, and you will not allow the society will not get at you with the fact that it is the male folks. These days, fashion has gone beyond just women. Have you seen what the men wear these days? The men also want to say that fashion is also for men. So it is both ways.
Those that are into the fashion business.
Exactly, it is both ways. But so don't allow, let your confidence give you that strength. For a man, a woman, when you're redefining yourself, give them the reflection of what you want. But this is my strength, this is my creativity, this is the value addition I'm bringing to society. So you don't feel pressured. Nobody should be pressured. That's the truth. If you have what you can give, you'll be confident to say, "No, my own now."
Well, I think the pressure comes when you now demand what you cannot give.
Going above yourself.
When you're going above yourself. But I mean, everybody, there's nothing too big and there's nothing too small. It depends on how it's contentment. So what is contentment to you? We should all know that we are different. What is contentment to me?
It's different.
It's different from what
affordability as well.
What is affordable to me is different from affordability, or what is affordable to you. So we should all know where our level. And contentment does not mean that I shouldn't grow, right? But it's understanding where I'm at and aiming for more. Aiming for more, not out of greed, not out of jealousy, not out of bad means, but in the most decent way. Aim for more, but do not feel pressured. Like, the basic things you need in life is food, water, shelter, clothing. When you have all of that, be grateful. When you put your eyes on another person's own,
covetousness.
You live a sad life.
True.
You will never even grow, because you will not grow legit. That spirit that makes you want to feel pressure,
fake it till you make
exactly. It makes you start, delving into bad vices, to achieve whatever it is. So, discontentment or jealousy is not a good spirit, because it will never help you grow legit, right? So, don't feel pressured. Appreciate where you are at. Just start by appreciating it, and then put effort to grow. It is garbage in, garbage out. Be intentional about your growth. Where am I right now? What do I need to go to the next level? If I need to learn, if I need to be mentored, humble yourself, because at the end of the day, it will pay off. So there's no need to be pressured. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Life is that easy and simple.
All right, let's lighten the mood a bit. Which beauty trend do you think should be retired permanently?
A beauty trend?
Yes, beauty comes and go, trends comes and go.
Well, I'll say BBL.
I think you just forgot about, because the truth is, your natural self. See, we are all unique in our own image. If you understand that this is you, and you're beautiful being your natural self. I'm not saying don't do your makeup, touch up your face, look beautiful,
good.
look good. I feel myself. I feel great right now. I always feel great myself.
Yeah.
Appearance shouldn't go to you alternating things in your own image, in your own creature. God has a reason why He made you that particular person who you are. Doesn't mean you should go and alter it. Because in the process of altering things, you don't know the next thing you're going to carry into your system. Because you cannot be God who created you to want to make things better. Yes, you have the money, no doubt, do it. I'm not condemning anybody with you think you can do yourself. But this is just my own thinking, or this is my own way of saying things, that you should own your beauty and package it well. Packaging in a way that it doesn't need you to. Because the truth is, the BBL, whatever they do out there to give them that thing, not most men are not even interested. Have you seen the trend of people who get married these days, or people who stay comfortable with their partner? I've not seen BBL people. That's the truth. So,
that's the truth.
So let's learn to own. Let that fade away, please. Let's fade away, because we need you alive, we need you safe, we need you sound, we need you to grow to your full old age and enjoy your body, because this body, this skin, trust me, has its time and season, and it will fade. It is kind of chemical you put in. Towards the old age, you struggle, and it's not the best for you.
It's not the best at all.
Because look at people who age well, who are aging very well. You love them. I like when I see men, women aging well and looking so glam with themselves. That's the beauty. It's good to behold them, and you want to stay around there and say, what were you eating when you were younger?
What were you rubbing?
All of that. Then there will be chemical reactions. I see some people having very interesting skin tone. I'm asking, I always call it Adonai because I love her for her skin tone, because she tells you it is not that I'm applying this or that. It is because I eat healthy. I take care of myself. I try to stay hydrated. I don't stay dehydrated. Lots of water. She looks for what fits her tone. She's not trying to. I love her nature, that skin tone. So I work with that. So I tell people, look at Kate Henshaw. So that's why, so those are people you look at. Look at RMD in his, there's a time where he was looking slim and people thought he was ill, but for him, it was a work in progress. He was building himself, trying to shed all the fat, and people thought he was ill.
That's true.
Because I'm not saying on the big side you can be there and still very healthy and look very okay, but I'm saying, take care of yourself as a person. Don't put a lot of chemicals in your body. Trust me, it doesn't help you and all that. But do the glam up. Why not? Glam up and look beautiful for yourself.
Well, glam up is okay, right?
Yeah, it is.
The problem is when you're not proud of yourself.
Yes.
You're glamming up for a reason. I want to go somewhere. I want to look, tush. But it was a problem when you're embarrassed when people see your real skin. When people see your real, it's why are you embarrassed? Like why? it's not like you are, and for those that go to do some artificial stuff on their face, I mean, if you are trying to, apply for some most beautiful boy or girl in Nigeria, do you understand? But what is it? Nobody's giving you an award. Like, nobody's awarding you for whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's either you get married to one man or one woman, and that's where it ends. Or
that's where it ends.
Or you started to, you stay on your own, it ends. Like, there is, what is that award?
It's just about
do you understand?
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence. No, I'm just saying, some people think at that point, inferiority complex plays out a lot for people.
Yeah.
That is why some people
if you go to those people that have enhanced themselves,
yes,
the moment you try to do it, people still look for what to say about you. You can
exactly.
never stop. You cannot
people
stop.
cannot stop talking.
This I remember the period. What's his name? Saloma went to do a plastic surgery on his face, and till now, nobody has looked at him and said, "Wow, now you're great." They still troll him. They still on his Instagram. They still troll him. So people will always look for what to talk. You can't even impress them. Like, if you are doing this because of one person thought I was not beautiful, now the person is going to think I'm fine. I mean, and that person now will think that you're. So it's endless. It's endless. So appreciate yourself. Except you're doing it for yourself. I mean, except you're doing it to make yourself happy. And I hope you are really happy.
All right. Before we call it a wrap on this segment, which is harder, accepting your body as it is, or ignoring people about your body's opinion. About opinion.
I don't care what you say about my body. I'm a very blunt person, because it starts with me. It's what I'm comfortable with. I know at some point where I felt I wasn't getting the vibe I wanted to get for myself. I had to change the narrative for myself, because I tell people, if you want to redefine yourself as a woman, look at what narrative plays out for you. Look at what is coming. In the 21st century, women are radically transforming the narrative around womanhood. You understand?
Exactly.
Looking at yourself, your beauty, your passion, your drive, your intellectual, all of that. So why would I allow you? Yes, good. If you come with a constructive criticism to tell me, I think if we do it this way, but the truth is people will never stop talking. So it starts with what you're comfortable with. Even your partner, even if your spouse is there with you, yes, he could give you that word of advice to say, honey, can you do this way? I think it will be better of this way. I think this suits you better. That's coming from the place of love. But when someone comes to throw you under the bus and tell you, why are you looking fat? Why are you looking chubby? Why are you looking... something I tell people, mind the way, be cautious of how you say things to people, because people are very emotional. People have a way of taking in information, so you need to find a way of showing love around those things. But it shouldn't determine your self-determination to how you appear or how comfortable you are in the public space. It should come from you as a person. It shouldn't be something someone should define for you.
And then I'd like to add, you cannot say, okay, I want a good, I don't care about what people say. I mean, what you ultimately think about yourself, it should be priority, but then you need to put in the work. Like, you need to tell yourself the truth. Someone that tells his or herself the truth will be that person to say, I don't care what you say, right? But you cannot be deceiving yourself. People are really telling you this is what is wrong. You have never sat down to, critically analyze yourself. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Everybody say you have a bad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nobody comes to tell you something nice. Everybody say, except those that want to, that are trying to be, what do I call them now? Fanatics. Psychophants. Yeah. But you need to be the first mirror, just like you started. Be able to mirror yourself before somebody judges you. Make sure you have, so that when you hear it, you know that this thing, I have actually thought about it before. This person might be right. Else, you just be on your way to doom. So analyze yourself. Be your first mirror. Mirror yourself. Look at yourself. Like, just be analytic about your entire being, and that way,
your outlook.
Yes, your outlook,
your
everything about you, your
that.
stature, your character, your everything, the way you eat, the way everything.
Criticize yourself
first. Don't give people the permission to do it first to you, and that way, you will get better, because we are all here to get better. Yeah.
All right, beauty is evolving, and I love that more women are embracing confidence above comparison. It's still Women's World, and we'll be taking a quick short break. When we return, we will be diving into next discussion, our health, our power. Stay with us. On this second segment is dedicated to something every woman can relate to: our health, our power. A woman's health is her strength, physically, emotionally, and mentally. When women are healthy, families thrive, community grows, nation advance. So today we'll be focusing on reproducing health, menstrual wellness, fertility, mental health, and importance of women truly prioritizing themselves. All right, let me begin with Aniete. What is that one health lesson you wish someone taught you when you were younger?
Okay. So I know we had this conversation before we got here, and it's actually very important that we equip the young minds, young ladies coming up today, because one thing I know is that most in the 70s, in the 80s, our mothers, not all of them were exposed to understand certain things about the female genital parts and how we should be careful and how we should manage it, which is a very serious health concern for a female child and growing up and all that. So we were just told, protect yourself, cover yourself like this and all that. But
don't let women touch you.
Don't let a man touch you and all that. But the truth is, it goes beyond the man touching you or all of that. It goes to understand that the woman's genital part is very sensitive because our body system is open. We get to have our cycles coming monthly, and the precautionary measures that we should look at. So that's one thing I feel we would know better if we're taught. You know, so it is at advancing points that we get to understand that that's one health factor that every female child should be guided through, should understand the part of it, because there's a lot of happening. There's infection, which you might not know at a tender age. There's a part where the cycle comes into play, where you're just told. Some parents didn't even tell their children about the cycle. It is these days that we have mothers trying to draw their children, because like I always tell my babies around now, like, see, when it's at this point of your life, just when you feel anything here, just let me know, and then we'll just guide you through. So all of those things are very basic and very important lessons every female child should be guided through, and it should not be something we should play about, because like I said, there's infection that comes with that thing, to the use of the restrooms, the toilets, and all that. Not everybody understands how to sit properly, you know, as a female at the public conveniences, when we get to the conveniences. I know, I carry my babies out to a public convenience, I always have to lift them up. I don't even allow them to go close to that thing. Because I know the body system, it starts from a very tender age. You might not understand it, but as they advance, as the age goes on, when they get into the cycles, the monthly cycles, these are things I felt if we had known earlier, it would have guided a lot of women, because there's the issue of fibroids, there's the issue of infection, which affects the motherhood period of getting to get pregnant, having children, and then, you know, so all of that is one thing I feel I would have known better, you know. But thank God, knowledge is power. That's what we say. So I keep advancing, I keep teaching where I have the opportunity to teach about those things. That's one health concern I always speak out for women, to have power over and understand how to navigate through that part. When it comes to the female genital organ, is very sensitive to take care of.
Every genital organ is sensitive to take care of.
Yes, it's very, very sensitive to take care of.
Well, for me, I would say I'll just talk on, you know, still, I think two things. First off, the menstruation period and all of that. Women were not told, or they're not taught to handle their hormonal imbalances or their emotion, because the period comes with a lot of mood swings, right? If you are not enlightened, you will not know. So we need to understand as women that there are sensitive periods in our lives, and when these periods come, that's talking about your menstruation, you should know that it comes with some emotional outbursts, outpour. So you should know that at this point of my life, maybe I refrain from arguing, or maybe I refrain from, you know, just curtail yourself to know. You need to be sensitive to, because up till now, a lot of women don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know. You're in your period, you're just angry. And you're not able to communicate it. The person next to you does not even know. And it's important for you to educate any man around, maybe your husband, and say, okay, so women should also teach their sons. about menstruation, because I think I overheard or I saw on the internet this week where a pastor was saying, if you find that you're in a period does not mean you should have a bad character. Some men don't understand these things, and it's real. For some women, menstruation is so easy. For some others, it is difficult. There are people that cry every single day till their period finishes because of cramps and all of that, and someone else sees it and he feels you're acting up, you're being dramatic. You don't understand the physiology of that woman. You cannot understand. So this is something that everyone, even right now, no matter the phase and level of life, even as a grown adult, as a woman, you should understand that your period comes with some things. And then I don't think our mothers educated the young ones enough about childbirth. You just feel like when you go there, you cross it. When you get to that bridge, you cross it.
When you close your eyes, you see the baby.
Yes,
we're not told. We're not told enough about it. Like you sit your girl child down.
When I was pregnant with my first baby, I would still be asking my mom, what am I expecting?
I don't know why they are
what is that pain that I'm supposed to? What am I supposed to do?
You are not
told.
Don't worry.
When you get there, you just close your eyes. You see the baby beside you.
And then you go to the labor room, you are shocked. Like, wow. Like we should learn to intimate our girl children about the phases of life, especially motherhood, so that you prepare your mindset, because some of them go crazy. You hear of postpartum depression because of things they are not expecting. They never saw it coming. They never expected it. Do you understand?
Exactly.
Like, it is unexpected. So
that reminds me, when I was pregnant with my first baby, I was just thinking, what kind of pain am I expecting? Where am I going to bring out this baby from? Am I bringing this baby out from? All manner of thinking. Then I had false labor. I went to the labor room thinking it was time.
And the nurses will look at you and tell you, no.
I saw a lady giving birth right in front of me with all manner of pain.
You ran away.
I didn't. Funny enough, I did not run.
Oh my God.
That was when it dawned on me, like,
okay,
yes,
this is what you're going to face.
You are in soup. Correct one. So this is what I'm going to. Just expect it. Just zero your mind.
There are people that
was when I have to say yes, Kike. You don't
come on board.
Be ready.
There are people that lose their life.
I was not told.
Yes,
yeah.
I learned it on the.
You're not privileged. You see it prior to time. There are women that go to labor room and because of the shock of
they get shut out of it.
Yes, they die from the shock, because it's something you need to prepare your mind for. I mean, if you're not strong, and some people have, I think it's Mbakara on Facebook that says she went to the labor room and she had prolonged labor. Because of that, the child came out with cerebral palsy.
Oh my God.
Because of
prolonged labor.
You were not taught. You went asking.
But I always ask the questions. Yeah, it's good that women go through. I know women go through a lot of that phase, the fear. I think our mothers were worried about that. If they tell you what you're going to expect, it could get the child. That's my imagination.
Yes,
it could just get a child out of you before the time. No, but that's not. No, I'm just being on the tighter note. But the truth is this: I think women need to be guided through the 4 different phases, the hormonal shifts. You understand? There are 4 key stages women typically experience due to hormonal shifts. So I think proper education to that should guide properly. Let's look at the adolescent stage of women. We have the puberty stage where there's there's estrogen, there's progesterone, and also have where we have the development for the female child. We have the onset onto menstruation, the cycle. We have the growth sprout on every spot, and then we have the emotional changes that comes to play. So if you look at that puberty stage for the adolescent stage, it guides the child at the teenage age, in the age of 9, 10, 11, 12. You tell the female child, this is what maybe child does. My stomach pains is hurting me. You could easily tell the child, oh, come. At that point, so that emotions is also playing out for her, because trying to understand herself. She's also trying to understand her body system. That's one part of it. Then we move from that stage where we get to the second side, where we have the menstrual cycle, which guides the female child to understand that your body is also adjusting from that growth point to understand all of those things.
Okay, talking about that menstrual cycle, do you think menstrual pain is something that should be hidden, or should women be able to talk about it freely, confidently?
Why not? I talk about my freely, because if I talk to my siblings, I talk to my friends, I talk to even my male friends. Because every man knows that a woman goes through the menstrual cycle in a month. I don't know why people shy away from it. Because
I don't think men even need to be educated
need
more.
to be educated about
They get married and they see their wives acting a certain way, they feel like you are acting up. I think I have heard someone saying that it's easier for women to, women are emotional beings, right?
Yes.
So because of the fact that they are used to emotions, it's easier for them to manage their emotions than the men. Because a man has not seen period. He doesn't know what mood swings is. So when he sees it, I think that's one of the things that results to domestic violence. Because their emotions are, you are just seeing drama. You are getting married and it's not something that
getting used to
drama. So you don't even know how to respond. They don't have mothers that have taught them, okay, this is how you behave, or this is how you behave around women.
Take care of her.
This is how you take care of her. No intentional teaching, no nothing, no knowledge about menstrual, no knowledge about a woman getting pregnant, no knowledge whatsoever. And you get into a marriage, you see a woman having mood swing, you're already angry because you don't know how to manage yourself. So it results in things like domestic violence and the likes of it. So every woman, as much as you can, please let us. We have to join the force, because not every mother will teach her son. And then these men are in the society. You will interact with them. Your children might interact with them somehow. So as much as we can, you have to take up the responsibility of educating that boy child out there. Tell them about periods. Tell them about how the woman's emotion goes. Let them know, so that when they get into that relationship or marriage, they understand that this is not new. This is how the woman is wired. And as long as you say you want to get married, you will face it.
Have you seen the trend of very intentional men these days who understands what it means to go through that phase and guides the women through it? So just like you said, we talked so much about the girl child, but we leave the boy child out of the whole picture, forgetting that the boy child who you're training today is the same boy child who will get married to the girl child
that you have taken your
time to train.
That's true.
Yes. So I see very intentional men do the intentional things to the women they have by themselves, by their side rather. I'm actually excited. I always embrace them and tell them well done, because you understand the hormonal difference or the shift in the hormones at that point. Because like you said, there's mood, there's energy fluctuations and all that. So and couple the fact that she's doing a lot of psychology, she's taking care of the home front, she's taking care of the career part, if she's a career woman, or she's doing the business part of it. So all of this, taking care of you, the adult baby, and the babies in the house. So all of those things are things we need to, because every month, in a particular month, women moves in different forces. In 4 phases. Women have 4 phases. In a month.
You have the ovulation phase.
You have the ovulation phase.
That affects your mood.
You understand?
You have the menstrual cycle that affects your mood.
Do you understand?
So all of that is another phase too.
So there's a whole lot of it. So let's even look past that particular stage where we now have the transition phase. That's the pre-menopause stage of a woman's life, where you have the irregular periods that comes in. You also have the hot flashes. You have all the mood swings, the reduced fertility, where your blood system is not feeling like it used to be. So all of those phases.
Talking about that fertility, just hit the point.
So all of that.
Talking about fertility, do you think the society should put much pressure on women regarding fertility?
Okay, so
let me allow you get
so I'm currently running my master's in guidance and counseling, and one of the things we're taught is, under marriage counseling, children, are blessings, but the primary reason for marriage is not children. The primary reason for marriage is companionship. If a child comes, fine. If they don't come, fine. As long as you find companion in that spouse. No,
but you can't say that in Africa.
No, well, that is Africa. But the truth is.
No, you can't say that in Africa.
Well, that's the reality, sadly.
It's the reality, but not in this world.
The reality is that you can't say that in Africa, right? Okay. You get married as a woman, you're already being pressured. Sometimes you even have girls and they're wondering, what a boy. As in, like, it is so insane. So, you're not asking the man. I think I saw a clip recently, I think some months ago, where some elderly women were advising, I think they were having a conference, these elderly women, and they call Pick Me Now. They were like, if your husband is having problem with his not giving you a child, you don't go out, even if the family calls you, protect your husband. Don't go out.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, how would a husband not protect you away from his own? It's not as if it's your family, his own family calls you and asking you how far. The woman was saying, protect the man. It is your husband. You don't speak. I'm like, any man that cannot protect his family away from you shouldn't be protected. Of course. I mean, who should you run to? If we even say family, is family not supposed to be the first people to run to and say, please, I need your support? Why not she then, for a problem that is not my own, you say, even if he's the problem, for a problem that is not my own, I should still protect. It doesn't make any sense to me. So people should understand, stop putting pressure on people when it comes to children whatsoever. No. And I think I'm not saying it, but any couple that is going through, infertility, my advice always to them is focus on yourself, build yourself. It's not easy, I know. It is not easy, but the worries will not solve the problem. Instead of, I think that worry will lead you from going to wrong sources to look for help. Before you know, you'll be scammed here, you'll be scammed here, people bringing all kind of solutions that would even destroy your health. They'll tell you, drink this one, don't drink this one, take this one. And what happens to adoption? I mean, that is another part. If you really love a child, if you really say you want to be a mother, you should be a mother to even someone that is not your biological child. I mean, it is going to be, it makes every sense to say, I want to be a mother. A mother is not, a child is raised not for just my family, but for the nation. So if it's so much of your desire to be a mother, this is with every empathy that I have inside of me, you get. It's with every empathy. You don't need to blame yourself. You don't give yourself a break. And don't even allow the societal pressures to get to you, because it doesn't solve nothing.
Okay, well, I'm looking at it from this point of view. Like Ike mentioned, the Africa culture today sees the child as the solidification for marriage. I'm using the word solidification because this is the African culture.
They'll say that's when your two legs don't enter.
It's balanced.
It's balanced. Your leg never enters.
I'm going to narrow it back to Nigeria, basically, across the different culture where we have, when you see the joy of every marriage is you get in, you have your child. And then there's always the pressure to the female to say, why are you not giving us our grandchild? So, and one thing I look out for women when you get into the marriage is get a man who has your back, who can stand and shield you, where he's your security and you're sure of getting that safety at every point. Trust me, it's always not easy on the man to himself when he's trying to stand for you and also stand for his family. He's known his family all his life, and you are just coming in. Yes, you're supposed to be his lifetime partner, but he will not just throw his people away as well. So it takes a lot of wisdom to manage the whole situation around that. But there are people I have seen who have stood the test of time to say, this is my partner, this is the part of chosen. When the baby comes, the baby comes. It's not easy with the society pressure and all of that. But I like the mindset that Priscilla is also training for everyone at person. Yes, we love you, we want you to get the best of what you want, but I also look at people, what are the goals you set for? Because you that came into marriage, somebody breasted you as well. The man too, somebody breasted him. So it is a desire out of love for every family to want to have a grandchild also coming.
Exactly.
But as time goes on, if it doesn't come in the first year, it doesn't come second, first 5, 10 years, it will come. It takes your resilience and perseverance, which we always show love to everyone going through that phase, doing that. Surely time will come and you have your own bundle of joy and all that. But don't allow society throw you into getting high blood pressure, getting to move. Yes, even you as a person, you will be restless because this is a desire you see around you. You are excited at the point of marriage. I'm getting married and fertility. But our hormonal system is different from one party A to party B, hormonal balance, your pH level, all of those. That's why I started the conversation. I said, if women were taught properly about the female genital part, it helps you because we are exposed to a whole lot of things that comes back to haunt us. So that's where it starts from. So mothers, please guide your female children. The mothers also guide your male children. Nurture their mindsets, understand how this works and how you can guide the children, both sides, to have a balance in their home when they're talking about all of these issues. That's just how it plays out. We're here to just enlighten you and talk about our personal experience, what we see around us, and how we can make the world a better place with all of this playing out.
All right, before we call it a wrap, do you think men should be fully involved in understanding women's issue, as in women's health, or issues strictly be for women?
Well, if it's in the context of marriage, the man should, of course, every man should be. When you teach biology in class, you teach both the male and the female. And when doctors go to school to study, they both study male and female. So everybody should be carried along. Yes, everybody should be. Check your health. Go for tests. You're talking about your health, your power. As a young child, a young boy, a young girl, make sure you regularly go for tests. Right? Check your body. As long as you eat, like it should be a normal. And before you get married, go for tests. Check yourself well.
That's true.
The man should check himself well, because sometimes what you don't know, basically it's what actually kills you, because they say waiting you know no go kill, but it's not true. It's what you don't know that actually kills you. So you need to go and check yourself, know where the problem is coming from, because when you know the problem, it's easy to face it. When you're fighting what you don't even know, it's more difficult. So I think everybody should be carried on when it comes to female life. If you want to get married as a man, and even if you don't want to get married, you have sisters, right? You have sisters, you want to care for them. So it's knowledge for everybody and everyone.
Okay, so well, there's a whole lot around the health. I tell people that your health is your wealth.
Yeah.
So if you know what your health is saying, you're healthy. You're wealthy. Because a wealthy man is looking for health when he's spending all his billions paying bills to ensure that he has that simple thing called health, that you as a person is given the opportunity to work on your 2 feet and you're sound and you're bouncing. Like the way I was bouncing this morning, looking on. You know, but that's it. I like when we're healthy and we can put out our best. I'm always a fan to medical checks. I always, when I see something come, I'll tell you, please, have you checked this? Have you checked that? Because you know yourself, but the medical terms will give you a brighter or possible perception to how to avoid what and what to bring to play and give you the best of yourself. So please always check yourself. Always give yourself the benefit of the doubt for a second opinion, even if you hear the first one. The second opinion should have you have a good your mindset or a good reception to whatever is given to you, because you've had a second opinion to it. So don't just get panicked when you're told this is what we have seen. Don't panic. Get a second opinion and get it right, so that healthy life, good wealth, and you live happy and you smile all the way all through, and you're good to go for yourself.
Yeah, women, we've heard it all. Always take care of yourself. Health is wealth. Women are powerful, but the power shines brighter when we take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to go for medical checkup. Always look out for your well-being. It is very, very important. Thank you for joining us on Women's World today. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, a healthy woman is a powerful woman. From me, I am Kike Lomo Okere, and with me,
thank you so much for always being a part of Women's World. We always bring you that interesting package you don't want to miss.
Yeah, and I'm Priscilla Obasi, of course. It's been a beautiful time. Have a beautiful weekend.
All right, and it's Patrick saying thank you for being a part of the program.
All right, thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.